Hello, this is Wanker Reviews, and today I'll be doing a video on In the Tall Grass, about a brother and sister who hear a little boy crying, but soon after they realize that they are in trouble themselves. This was definitely inspired by the Blair Witch Project. The first 30 minutes are actually very suspenseful, and then afterwards the movie starts to get very confusing. Characters start to die off, and then they magically come back to life. And also, time isn't what it really is. It started to feel very convoluted, and it really wasn't what I was expecting at all. And if you know anything about Stephen King, his stories usually have a base plot, but within that plot, there's also a million other subplots. And it starts to get very confusing and very convoluted. The It book is also very similar to this, and that's what this feels like. It feels like something that wasn't thought out beforehand. It's almost like he wrote the story as he was going along, and whatever idea was popping into his head. Although this movie does have a lot of random things happening that don't really make any sense, at the same time, there's also a lot of things that are very predictable, and I was able to figure out a few of the things and figure out what was going to happen later in the story that I won't give away. And that's the thing with this movie. It's very confusing, but at the same time, you can sort of pick up certain things that are going to happen later on in the movie. Especially if you're a horror fan and you've seen a lot of horror movies, you can pick up what's going to happen. It had a lot going for it, but overall it was a disappointment. Like towards the end, there were a few things that did catch me off guard, and I was still rooting for the characters. But overall, it was a huge disappointment. It just wasn't what I was expecting it to be, and I have to give it a 5 out of 10. It had all the ingredients to be a really good suspenseful movie, but because of Stephen King's wacky writing style, it was ruined in the second half. And so yeah, 5 out of 10.